Okay, I'm going to move to Mia. Talk a little bit about sort of what's top of mind for you right now on the agenda.
Oh, there's so much.
I know.
So I'm Mia, and I'm with United Food and Commercial Workers, and we represent 1.3 million workers. About 1 million of them are food retail, and then the rest are mostly food production. So we represent the people in the slaughterhouses that Melissa was referring to. And so I was really glad that Liz talked about the jungle, because I've always been a bit of a cynic with regard to believing that consumers could start to care about workers in food production. Consumers care about food safety and quality and buy local, but can we actually get them to stop and think about the people who are working within the systems? And it's romantic and easier to imagine the worker in the field picking the strawberry than it is to think about the worker in the poultry plant or in the slaughterhouse, which is gross. I mean, this is rough stuff, and we don't want to think about where the ground turkey is coming from. It's something that we turn off. But a wonderful experience that I had within the last 2 years is that I was part of a coalition that was responding to a proposed rule by USDA to change the way that we inspect poultry plants. And part of this proposed rule would have given the large poultry producers a waiver on line speed. And poultry plants would be allowed to run their line speeds at 175 birds per minute.
What is it currently?
Right now, depending on the number of inspectors on the line, it's anywhere from 90 birds a minute to 140 birds a minute. And so to go up to 175 was pretty unprecedented. Most plants just physically can't do that, but it was an indication that the workers, the ones who are hanging the live birds and taking down the birds and cutting off the breaths, all of this work, this repetitive motion work that will involve very fragile parts of our bodies, there was no consideration given to the impact that increasing the line speed this significantly was going to have on these workers. And so I entered the coalition of consumer advocates and good government advocates and food safety advocates thinking, well, let's talk about food safety. Let's talk about animal welfare. But consumers, they're not interested in worker safety. And I was so delighted to discover that consumers were. And we had Moms Rising, and we had other groups of advocates who'd always paid attention to local food issues and quality issues and food safety issues, who wrote letters to USDA and wrote letters to the White House and participated in Twitter town halls talking about how we can't put workers at risk in this way. So the victory that we've had with regard to this new rule is that the USDA did remove the line speed waiver from it, and so it's still moving forward. We still have a lot more work to do, but for the moment we've kept workers where they are right now, which is status quo, which needs to be improved because we need more research, but it was because of the advocacy of consumers that we actually were able to change the way these workers are, kind of injury these workers are being exposed to.
Well, and I want to talk a little bit about opportunities to engage on these issues, because I do think that's one of the opportunities.